Hi, Collective. It's Ashton, aka the Outspoken Oracle, back with another reading for you. Today I'm going to be doing a love message reading, so I hope that this is something that you find interesting. But before we start, I do want to get started with some housekeeping. Please note that tarot readings are for entertainment purposes only. Just think of me as your bestie giving you advice. As you know, with your bestie, sometimes they'll give good advice, sometimes they'll give bad advice. So just take the advice that you're given and make your own decisions based on that. You are responsible for your own life. Also, I am doing a giveaway for a 1 hour Zoom tarot card reading with me. So if you subscribe and like my videos and also comment, because I will be filtering by subscribers, I will be picking a video between now and the end of the month. Well, actually between the 16th and the end of the month. And I will be picking a comment from one of the videos, and that person, and I'll pick a person from the video. I will pick a person from the video that I pick, one of the comments that is a subscriber, because I will filter by subscribers, and they will win a 1 hour Zoom tarot reading with me. And these are valued at $120. So to me, that's a good deal. As of right now, I have less than 50 subscribers, so, and even less messages on my videos. So you are very likely to, have a good chance at this rate of winning. But yeah, so please feel free to subscribe and comment on my videos if you like this content. I would love to keep you around. That being said, I'm going to get straight into this love message. I honestly have no song synchronicities, no anything that I've encountered that is leading to what this message is going to be today, but I do feel like I just need to do a love reading for my collective. And so y'all are going to find out what I find out as I'm doing this reading, because right now I don't know what the energy is trying to tell me about what's surrounding love, but we'll just go ahead and do this reading. Angels, guides, ancestors, please assist me with this reading. Please help to give me insight into the questions I seek answers to. Protecting from any negative entities that might try to interfere on this reading or give false information. Please speak truth or honesty to me through the cards, giving insight of the highest good of everyone involved. And as always, thank you for showing up each and every day. Love you lots. All right, Spirit, love message for my collective today. Spirit, love message for my collective. What is the message you have for my collective? What is the message that my collective needs to know in regards to love? What is the message that my collective needs to know in regards to love? And Spirit, this does not even have to be about a specific person of mine. Honestly, this could just be about things that they need to do to better attract love in their life. Let's just make that clear right now, Spirit. What is it that my collective needs to know about love right now in their life, Spirit? What is it my collective needs to know about love in their life right now, Spirit? What is the message you have for my collective? These cards are being quiet. And maybe that's the reason why I didn't get any songs or anything, is because there's not really anything that's there. Not that there's not anything that's there. It's just that whatever is going on is not supposed to be at the forefront of your thoughts, is what I'm getting. It's not supposed to be clear. Like, I think that whatever's happening in your love life is supposed to be a surprise. Oh, that strength came out. I put it away. Didn't want it to come back out. So it's gonna stay. It's here to stay. Okay, the energy that I'm getting right now is that you have to maintain your inner strength when it comes to your love life. And by maintaining your inner strength, that means that you maintain your inner strength with yourself right now, because I am getting that there's a lot of energy where you're starting to doubt yourself when it comes to your love life. You are starting to doubt your ability to actually get your person or anybody that's going to truly love you. And so you're going to have to rely on your inner courage, your inner resilience in order to make it through this period, because it feels like a very slow and stagnant period. Right now, I'm picking up, and I don't think this is going to be a reading that's going to really involve your person or a person. They might come up, but this is more this is picking up on like a self-love to attract love sort of reading, but we'll see what happens. Right now, I'm picking up on this energy like you feel like things have just not been fair to you in love in your life, and that you feel like you're never going to have your moment in the sun. You're never going to get what it is that you want, that things have been so unfair to you. And like, why is it that so-and-so gets to have love and I don't? Like, and one thing I hate about that notion, by the way, of people judging other people having love in their life, first of all, you don't even know if their relationship is good or not. Second of all, why would you want to doubt somebody having love? As long as you're placing judgment on somebody else having love and being jealous of somebody else having love, you are going to repel love from your life. So you are working against yourself. You need to stop feeling sorry for yourself about your current situation, about not having love, and you need to become the essence of the vibration of love in order to attract love into your life. You need to stop feeling sorry for yourself, stop judging other people who have relationships, because they might have an awful relationship, but they just want the relationship for optics. You don't know. So regardless, you need to be celebrating every relationship, because when there are more people, this is a thought process people actually need to start having more often. The more people that are in relationships, the closer you are to finding your person, because it means that there's less people on the market for you to have to filter through. Change your perspective. You need to stop feeling sorry for yourself, though, because you are part of the problem of you not having love in your life right now. If you're going to be honest with yourself, you are not part of the problem. You are the main problem, because it's you and your love life. You're trying to ask for love to come in while at the same time doubting that love's going to come in. You can't maintain both of those thought processes and get your desired results. You have to maintain a strong sense of what love is and what love means to you and your ability to receive love if it's going to come to you. You can't hold these two visions about love, because I guarantee you probably believe the lie more than you believe the truth. You believe the lie that, oh, this is unfair, or, oh, why am I single? Because that's what you see more of. You see more of you being single, and you see more of feeling like it's not fair that so-and-so has a relationship and you don't. And so you're believing that that's the truth of how things should be, rather than just accepting things as they are with you being single and saying, hey, there's so much more. There's so much different experiences that I get to have as a single person than my person who's booed up, my friends that are booed up don't get to have. They don't have the freedom that I have in being single. You need to start taking advantage of your singledom. You need to start taking advantage of your freedom. Like for me today, I'm a single woman. I went ahead, I got up early, and I went to the zoo. Granted, there was a whole bunch of school field trips going on, and I almost instantly regretted it. Thank God there were animals there, because there were also a lot of middle schoolers there, and middle schoolers scare me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But there was just a lot of people there, and I wasn't anticipating it because it was a school day. So, but apparently it was field trip day too. But like, I gotta go without a child on my hip. I gotta go without having to worry about who wanted to go see something that I didn't want to go see, or when I was gonna leave. I gotta make the plans on my own, because I'm only deferring to myself, and I'm seeing the beauty in my being single, and I'm understanding that love's gonna come to me when it's supposed to. I'm not pushing it anymore. You're too busy being preoccupied about what's going to happen in your future, and you not getting your future result, that you're not willing to accept what's in front of you right now and be grateful for what you have right now. If you can't be in a place of gratitude, then you won't, even when you get a relationship, it's not going to be a good relationship. You have to be grateful for your circumstances in order to build on those circumstances and have better circumstances in the future. It might be a slow and steady process to get you to where you want to go, but if you do it right, then when you do get it, then it's going to be lasting. The Knight of Pentacles can be kind of annoying, because it is it's the slowest moving knight. But the Knight of Pentacles is methodical, and he takes his time, and he turns over every stone, and he does things correctly so that there's no backtracking and having to fix something. You're over here worried about how it's not fair that Sally, Jesse, Raphael, and Mr. So and so are in here in a relationship, but their relationship is not good, and they have a standing appointment with, the couples therapist twice a week. But you won't know that because they're not going to show that on their highlight reel. It's because they didn't have a good foundation. If you build a good foundation for yourself, you are automatically going to attract somebody that also has a good foundation. But if your foundation is based on desperation and desire and jealousy, then guess what the foundation of your relationship will be? So you need to appreciate your time of being single. You need to appreciate your time of being alone, and this time for you to learn how to build a good foundation with yourself so that you can have a good foundation with your partner. Learn how to fully love yourself. Learn how to fully trust yourself. Learn how to fully make decisions on your own. Learn how to be able to stand on your own 2 feet, whether it be emotionally or monetarily, because everything else will be extra with your partner. You should appreciate this time of being alone. You should take the days that you are free to do what you want to do and do what you want to do and enjoy yourself, because then you'll know what you truly enjoy. And then when somebody comes along, they can enjoy things with you. You will be in such a good, emotionally stable place that whatever happens next with this relationship is going to be unflappable. You can't move an emotionally stable person. Have you ever met somebody that's so emotionally stable that like they can have somebody yelling in their face and they're not doing anything? And it's there's a difference between somebody that's like somebody's yelling in their face and they're just like, okay, as opposed to somebody that's got like a smirk grin on their face because they are plotting and planning for the future of how they're going to get this person back. This person is just very calm, cool, collected. And they're like, okay, like this is happening, but like I'm not going to let it take control over me. Like this is where you are, where you're going rather, because you're not fully there yet. But this is what you need to aim for, is being emotionally stable within yourself, doing things right to get to this place so that by the time you get into the relationship, it's not going to be a problem. You can, like right now, God is calling you to enjoy this single season. You cannot shirk the responsibility of learning how to do things right. I mean, you could, but then you're going to end up in a relationship that you don't want. The prize is not the relationship. The prize is you. The prize is your self-love. And you should, while you're learning to love yourself, you should learn to love the journey, because the journey is quite incredible, honestly. When you have those moments of realization about yourself and about the things that you've been doing wrong, and you realize that you can fix them, there is a freedom that comes if you're doing singleness right. So I got the King of the Cups here and the Queen of the Cups in reverse here. So this is a divine counterpart that is coming in towards you, but this Queen of Cups is in reverse. So whatever is going on here with this Queen of Cups in reverse, it's showing a lack of vulnerability within your own personal dynamic. You're not willing to be vulnerable with yourself in the outside world. And I'll tell you why this is not a good approach to take. If you're not vulnerable with yourself, how are you going to be vulnerable within a relationship? And if you're not vulnerable in a relationship, how is your partner going to fully trust you? And I'm talking about being vulnerable even with showing who you truly are, standing in your authenticity, because it takes a very vulnerable person to show up as themselves 110%. And right now you're being called to do this, but you have to be willing to be vulnerable and to really just stand on all 10 toes and say, this is who I am. And you need to really be okay with pouring that vulnerability of self and that love of self into your friendships. Right now, actually, you showing up as yourself and you being vulnerable with yourself, it might turn into a time where your friend group is getting smaller, but it's also showing you what it feels like to be fully loved as your fully actualized self. It's showing you how good it feels to have people accept you for being fully who you are. so that when you meet that person who is going to accept you for being fully who you are, you're going to know further because you're already used to that feeling. You're not going to be so emotionally dysregulated by hiding yourself and a lack of vulnerability like you have in a past, where you're going to find that emotional dysregularity to be what's comfortable. You're instead going to know what really feels comfortable is me being vulnerable and authentic. This is where my emotional regulation comes in, and this is how I should have as a set point with any person I bring into my life. Because first and foremost, whoever your partner is should be your friend, and your friends accept you for who you are, or at least you want them to. And if they don't now, then you need to show up authentically as yourself around them and be completely vulnerable and see who stays and see who goes. And be appreciative of the situation either way. You're tired of all of this, and I get it because you feel like you've been working so hard, but you just have to have some strength to keep going. Because at the end of the day, you know what it is that you want. And if you haven't reached that goal yet, then that means there's still work to do. And I know that you don't want to do the work because you're tired and you feel so wounded from everything. But at the same time, it's like, do you want to stay wounded or do you want what you want? I know that I want what I want, so I'm going to keep persevering. You don't want to stay out in the cold. You don't want to be on your own. You don't want to have to deal with the burdens of your life by yourself. There's something that's being offered to you, but you have to take the path to entering this temple. And that means putting in the work and laying the foundation in the right way so that when you actually get to the temple, that you can partake in all the joyousness that's there for you. And I know that it's a lot of work to get there, but the thing of it is like doing the correct work on the front end is better than having to fix things on the back end, because fixing things on the back end, things may not work even after you thought you fixed them. And a lot of the work on the front end right now is you returning to your inner child. You doing the inner child work that reminds you of who exactly you are and what feels good to you. Return to those memories of how you felt when you were feeling your best, what you were doing when you were feeling your best. And try to live in that energy and try to remember how that feels and try to integrate things into your life that help you to maintain that vision, that standard, that energy, that vibration. Because as long as you're in this woe is me energy, then you're going to attract more woe is me. Whereas if you shift your energy into these good feelings, then more good feelings will happen. You will be a magnet to that which you are. Right now, you're manifesting the wrong things because your vibration is stuck in a woe is me set point. You need to let go of all the fears and the doubts that are holding you back, the things that are keeping you up at night. All those things that you're afraid of aren't even real because you haven't even faced them heads on. They're just in your head creating stories of falsehoods about who you are and what's available to you and what you should accept. If the stuff is in your head and it hasn't actually manifested outwardly, why don't you just change the story about what's in your head and instead be worried about the good things happening? But you being worried about good things happening won't feel so much like worry, and it'll feel more like you just legitimately manifesting good things instead of you actually manifesting bad things by having bad mindset about everything. It's time to move on past your old way of thinking. There's an easier way of doing things. You will have smoother sailing, but you have to change your mindset. You have to dig deep and find the strength to do things differently. If you've done things right, if you have been good in this life, if you have treated people well, your karma's coming in. See that there's this infinity sign over this. This is an 8 year right now. The number of the year is 8, which means that it's a What goes around comes around. An infinity symbol. You're getting your good karma. It's coming to you, but to get it, you first have to change what your mindset is about what do you deserve. The sun's here, but it's in reverse, which means that like there are better days ahead. There are great days ahead. But right now, you can't see that the sun is still shining even though there's clouds over you. You know, when you are flying in an airplane, you might take off into stormy weather. But as soon as you get above the clouds, the sun is still shining. It's just the clouds are blocking out the sun. And it could be still storming and raining beneath the clouds, but you're above the clouds. So you can see that the sun is shining. So just trust the sun is shining regardless of what it is that's in front of you and what you can see, because that's a deception of what the reality is. The sun is going to be there regardless. Just because it seems like rain doesn't mean that the sun is not there above the clouds. And if anybody has like been, I know like I'm from Atlanta. And so in Atlanta in the summer, there'll be these rainstorms that come out of nowhere, and it'll be pouring down rain for like 2.5 seconds and then the sun will come out. But it'll be really dark and stormy, or it'll be really dark and stormy and you're driving down the interstate and you can see it blaring sunny like within 500 yards ahead of you. And so things can change that quickly. And you need to accept that, but you have to change your perspective about what's going to happen to you, what's ahead of you, what's in front of you. And get out of this conflicted mind that you have. Because right now, this is you against you. This is nobody else that's at conflict with you. This is you that is in your head creating this conflict that doesn't need to exist. Because love is there for you. This is the last card I'm pulling from this deck. Love is there for you. Love is there for you to have. Love is ready for you. But you have to change your mindset. You have to change your approach to things. You have to have a better outlook about what is available to you. What is coming to you. What you have to receive. It's all about you and your mindset. The love is there for you to have, but you have to change how you are approaching it. Because you might just be pushing it away by sowing all these doubts in your head. And you can't be looking at anybody else for your love. Or what, if you're looking at other couples and other relationships to inform you of what you should have in your life in terms of love, then you won't even receive your love. Because you don't know what they're going through. They may not be happy. They may not be happy. Whereas you can spend your time being happy with yourself, being single. They have the burden of having to live their life with somebody else where you're on your own right now. So why are you delaying your own happiness because you're upset that you don't have somebody else in your life? That doesn't make any sense. At this point, you're the one that's responsible for your own happiness. So get happy. Do things right. Do whatever healing you need to do. Do all the work on the front end. So by the time that your lover comes around, you're going to be ready for them and things are going to be smooth sailing and you won't have to worry about certain things. It's time to change your perspective, to change your direction. And you got this. Because love is there and ready for you. On that note, this is the message I have for you today. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Again, you have to be subscribed and commenting on my videos. I will pick a winner at the end of the month to enter in for a 1-hour Zoom tarot card reading session with me, valued at $120. I appreciate you guys being here. Please never forget just how divine you are.